Now on Coast TV News.
Biden in Rehoboth Beach, what we know about the president's weekend plans and how they're affecting local events. More beachfront hotels, why locals have mixed opinions about another hotel proposed for a spot right on the boardwalk. Swing into spring when you can dial up some sunshine by booking your tee time at this golf course. Legislation aimed at protecting Maryland wildlife. What's groundbreaking about this new bill?
The clouds and rain will diminish, but gale force winds aren't going away this weekend, and look like the flood concerns sticking around as well.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
Good evening. I'm Mallory Metzner. Charlie Sakaitis has the night off. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with President Joe Biden landing in the nation's summer capital. New tonight, Marine One landed at Gordon's Pond just after 7 p.m., touching down in the Gordon's Pond beach parking lot. From there, he went to his North Shore's home. The president's stay in Rehoboth Beach this weekend led to a shift in one event's plans. The Friends of Cape and Lopin State Park's Saturday Trails Day cleanup event was relocated to the Lewis side in the Cape and Lopin State Park. The president and First Lady are scheduled to be in town through Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Meanwhile, the Biden administration has unveiled a new plan to eliminate billions of dollars from the total student debt load nationwide, but it's for those who qualify. Laura Aguirre breaks down the president's latest attempt to make good on a campaign promise that's been mired in partisan backlash and legal roadblocks since he took office.
We're fixing a broken system.
The Biden administration announcing Friday it plans to wipe away another $7.4 billion in student loan debt for around 277,000 borrowers nationwide.
We're trying to provide a fair shot to Americans trying to access higher education.
Student loan debt relief has been a cornerstone issue for the president since he was elected in 2020.
Early in my term, I announced a major plan to provide millions of working families with debt relief for their college student debt.
At the time, several GOP-led states sued to block his plan, an effort that the Supreme Court upheld. The initial plan would have canceled out up to $20,000 in debt for millions of qualified recipients.
I announced we're going to pursue alternative paths.
That brings us to this week.
My administration will propose a new rule to cancel up to $20,000 in runaway interest for any borrower that owes more now than when they started paying the loan.
Some debt holders could qualify to have all of their interest cleared under the plan.
We're going after those schools that are defrauding our borrowers.
For months, the DOE has been working on a new path toward their debt relief goal, using a different legal authority granted under the Higher Education Act of 1965. There's a required public comment period before the DOE can finalize any new proposals. The White House says if all goes as planned, canceling accrued interest for qualified borrowers could begin as early as this fall, right around election time. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
In total, President Biden has authorized the cancellation of $153 billion in debt for over 4 million people. And now we're looking live outside into Milford because we're going to take a look at the weather tonight. I know a windy weekend is on the way, so let's check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams.
Well, what we're looking at right now in Milford, we're at Bay Health Camera, and we're looking at the winds pushing out of the north, and we have temperatures in the 50s. There's a couple of leftover sprinkles by midnight. Shouldn't be a real big deal. And the winds are starting to try to calm down a bit for us. We're down or downgraded to a small craft advisory. That will stay in effect until 6 o'clock in the evening for Saturday. And that's also in effect from Fenwick Island all the way down towards Chincoteague. In addition to that, we do have a coastal floods statement, watching out for the possibility of flooding. That goes and stays in effect until late midnight tonight, but that's going to expire pretty quickly for us. For Dorchester, we're looking at the same scenario. It's really more so about the winds here. The sprinkles that are coming across right now, they're not going to exasperate our concerns for flooding. The possibility of flooding is really connected more so with the high tides. And this amount of rain that's pushing through, the majority of it's going to stay up here towards the Philadelphia area and not reach its way down towards us. Coming up, we're going to talk about just how windy the weekend is likely to be. But until then, back to you, Mallory.
Thank you, Paul. After all that wind has died down, swing into spring. Golfers can book tee time at the Southern Delaware Golf Club starting tomorrow. This is for reservations from May 1st to the 11th. The club says the public can make tee times 28 days out. We walk you through how to make that reservation in the article on CoastTV.com. Right now, the Georgetown Police Department is cracking down on people stealing things out of cars in town limits. The agency says it's seen an increase in this type of crime lately and is reminding people to lock their cars and keep valuables out of sight. The department also recommends outdoor lights and cameras. If you see any suspicious activity, police want you to report it by calling 911 or Delaware Crime Stoppers. Something else on Delmarva that's been happening more frequently: seal rescues. The National Aquarium Stranding Response Center says it's been very busy responding to distressed seals. The one on your screen is just 4 weeks old and was found on Assateague Island National Seashore. The center says if you see a stranded seal, call its hotline and stay 150 feet away from the animal. A proposed hotel on the boardwalk, years in the making, is making progress. The hotel would be located on 2 Rehoboth Avenue, where the Candy Kitchen currently is. Today, the City Planning Commission continued the preliminary review of site plans, which have changed since they last came before the city. Instead of there being 116 rooms, there will be 92. A second-level lobby space so stores can be on the ground floor, and the building will be set further back from the street. One person who frequently visits the area says the hotel is a good addition as long as it matches the area.
It's terrible. Nobody wants to come down here because the traffic's so hard. It's hard to park and everything.
The builder of the property says they hope the hotel will be open for business in mid-2026. The Bellhaven Hotel is not the only one proposed. Another developer is looking to build a hotel which would be right across the way. This is the building where the well-known Dolly sign used to hang. Grottos bought the property. We previously reported how a developer wants to keep the retail spaces on the boardwalk level but build a hotel above. The Planning Commission held a preliminary site plan review for the proposal in January, but there have been no updates since. And that will bring us right into our Coast TV poll this evening. What are your thoughts on 2 new proposed boardwalk hotels in Rehoboth Beach? Let's look at the updated results here on your screen. These have been changing all night. It looks like parking concerns is the winner right now, sitting at 38%. Too much development has gone up now. That's at 34%. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. Just go to CoastTV.com or our mobile app.
I'm Madeline Overturf, and here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. New legislation aims to give federal money to rescue, rehabilitate, and release stranded sea turtles. The National Aquarium says this would be the first permanent grant program for sea turtles specifically. The bipartisan bill heads to the U.S. Senate. Princess Anne police say a dog was thrown into a dumpster in the Pine Knoll townhome complex. Good news, officers rescued the dog immediately. Police say they've arrested 1 person for animal cruelty and saved several animals from the home. A little beautification in Ocean Pines. The Garden Club hosted its annual Arbor Day celebration in Pintail Park. The club says this year's memorial tree is a Christmas jewel holly. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
We will soon have an update on how Delaware is expanding high-speed internet infrastructure. The Delaware Broadband Office Executive Director will talk about the timeline for expansion at a public briefing hosted by the Milton Chamber of Commerce, as well as digital skill and workforce development initiatives. This is happening April 23rd at 5 p.m. at the Milton Public Library. Vice President Harris swung through Arizona today as part of the Biden campaign's push to keep abortion access at the forefront of voters' minds. It comes as the Arizona Supreme Court reinstated an 1864 law this week that bans nearly all abortions. Former President Trump calling the Arizona law too extreme, despite saying earlier this week that abortion should be left up to the states. Embattled House Speaker Mike Johnson will join the former president at an election integrity event at Mar-a-Lago this evening, where Johnson's uncertain fate as Speaker hangs in the balance. NBC's Ellis Barr has the latest from Washington.
Give it up for Yesenia!
Vice President Kamala Harris in Arizona today, the new front line in the nation's battle over reproductive rights.
This fight is about freedom.
The Arizona Supreme Court this week ruled to reinstate an 1864 ban on all abortions, except to save the mother's life. The Biden campaign releasing a series of ads blaming former President Trump for seating the conservative U.S. Supreme Court that overturned Roe v. Wade.
Donald Trump is the architect of this healthcare crisis. And that is not a fact, by the way, that he hides. In fact, he brags about it.
Mr. Trump saying the Arizona decision went too far, calling it an inappropriate law.
Did Arizona go too far? Yeah, they did, and that'll be straightened out.
He urged Arizona lawmakers to act immediately to remedy what has happened, though earlier this week he said abortion should be left up to the states. He acknowledged Democrats' political advantage on abortion.
The only issue they think they have is on abortion.
Polls show former President Trump leading President Biden on the key issues of immigration and the economy. Today, Mr. Trump focused on election integrity, even as he faces charges of trying to illegally overturn the 2020 results. House Speaker Mike Johnson traveling to Mar-a-Lago to meet with him.
We're so delighted to be here with our former and future president.
I stand with the Speaker. We've had a very good relationship.
The Speaker moving to align himself more closely with the former president in a bid to appeal to far-right members and hold on to his job. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Speaker Johnson's job is in peril after the House today renewed a foreign intelligence surveillance program against the wishes of many far-right Republicans who also oppose Ukraine funding. That Speaker Johnson has said he would bring up for a vote. We've got a lot more coming your way tonight, Delmarva. Food, films, furry friends. Stick around for the cool things to do this weekend.
Here's a look at our expectations for tomorrow. Becoming a bit blustery by noon, so it's going to be blustery and breezy conditions on the beach, and a big deal for the entire weekend long. We'll have more on that coming up in just a moment.
At first, preventing overdoses in Ocean City, how this new addition in town could save lives. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
They're breaded in spicy tempura and made with cayenne. But most importantly, they're back.
Plus a hot new deal. 2 orders of 10-piece McNuggets for $6. Spicy or classic.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Here for this nonsense. Let's just stop and rest. Oh wait, look, there's Hank. Hey, Hank. I wish I had a Hank like that.
Girl, I wish I had a house like that.
I heard he has a screened-in back porch.
Nah, I heard he has a courtyard.
You know he has a dog washing station in his house?
We should definitely invite ourselves over.
Right? We do need a spa day.
Yes, spa day.
Yeah, I say mani-pedi. Look at my nails. I've been digging in flower beds all day.
This is your reminder to thank the friend who gets McDonald's breakfast for the group while everyone else sleeps in.
Get the sausage McMuffin with egg for $2.79 and an iced coffee for just 99 cents.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The Ocean City Council approved a proposal that will bring Ocean City's first ever Narcan cabinets. These cabinets are meant for people experiencing an overdose to use the Narcan nasal spray inside to reverse the effects. Worcester Goes Purple has put a QR code which will lead people to a video explaining how to use the Narcan nasal spray correctly. They also added instructions inside the cabinet for people who don't have a phone on them.
The naloxone is safe to use on anyone. So if someone were to have a heart attack and you use this because you thought they had overdosed, it's not going to hurt them. It is safe for pregnant women and children. And it's only designed to do that one thing, which is to reverse an opioid overdose.
The 10 Narcan cabinets are slated to be installed no later than Memorial Day. Next weekend, join the Delmarva Sports Network at the Delaware State Fairgrounds for the DSN Outdoors Expo. Both indoor and outdoor vendors will be on site showcasing everything outdoor: boats, RVs, hot tubs, hunting and fishing, and so much more. The DSN Outdoors Expo runs April 19th through the 20th.
We are mostly concerned about the winds. Take a look, courtesy of our Tyndall camera in Ocean City, holding at 60 degrees. Winds out of the west, 15 miles per hour. Staying clear till we get to about, let's say, 2 to 3 o'clock. We'll see increasing cloud cover by then, but then we'll hold in the mid-50s by then. We had a high today of 69 degrees, 4 above the norm, but our low, well, that was actually a treat. We started at 57 degrees instead of 44, which is where we should have started. Gale wind warning still active from Slaughter Beach, Broadkill Beach, to Lewis, watching out for 45-mile-per-hour winds here. However, we've been downgraded to small craft advisory, 25-mile-per-hour wind gust, expected along the coast for us in Sussex County and from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague. We still have a lingering coastal flood statement for Accomack, Somerset, Wacomico, Worcester, also Dorchester until late tonight, early tomorrow morning, connected to the high tide for the late night and early morning hours. But we have a trough that's pushed through, an additional trough that's on the way, and the majority of the rain that's going to stay up into portions of Pennsylvania, not necessarily reaching us. Now the winds, that has reached us. We've felt the tentacles of that. 51-mile-per-hour wind was recorded in Salisbury, a 45-mile-per-hour wind recorded in Ocean City. We had 33-mile-per-hour wind gust reported in Dagsboro, a 27-mile-per-hour wind gust, Indian River Inlet. Right now, the winds are out of the southwest, between 3 to 13, even up to 14 to 15 miles per hour. Not so bad with steady winds, but the actual gust, well, we've actually had a gust recently recorded as high as 23-mile-per-hour gust in Milford. But here's the forecasted gust. By 1 o'clock tomorrow, we're looking at 45-mile-per-hour winds throughout the inland areas. We're not even talking about the beach. We're just talking everywhere. That continues until 7 o'clock. So Saturday is a day in which, I'm not trying to be funny, but you'll be blown over by the weather. Boom, sorry. Anyway, that was a bad dad joke. My kids hate when I do that. Anyway, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s for right now, and they've cooled down because the cold fronts pushed through. We've dropped temperatures a little bit for us, and so as you go into, let's say, Saturday afternoon, we'll see more sunshine, but remember, it's too windy for you to count this 60 to feel like 60. Now, Sunday, I can negotiate a better deal for you. We start off in the 40s, and we end up in the 70s, but the winds are out of the south, and they're not quite as brisk or as aggressive. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling extended forecast. Remember, it's windy like crazy on Saturday and a whole lot better by Sunday.
This weekend is packed with spring celebrations. If you like petting zoos and making Taylor Swift friendship bracelets, then head out to Springfest at Big Oyster Brewery from noon to 4 Sunday. Meanwhile, the first ever Lower Slower Delaware Festival runs until 7 p.m. The Salted Vines in Frankfort says this free event will have a vendor village, live music, food trucks, and a wine release. April showers bring May flowers, but the Brandywine Valley SPCA is getting ready for kitten showers. Learn how to bottle feed and care for infant kittens. Sink your sweet tooth into this one. Chocolate lovers can crawl through Rehoboth Beach on Saturday in the Harry K Foundation's second annual event. Stop at over 30 shops and vote for your favorite. History in Bloom tours with the Lewis Historical Society are happening all weekend long. The Coastal Delaware Running Festival is in town all weekend long with a 5K, 9K, half marathon, and Boston Marathon qualifying marathon run. Nurses on the Run at Bay Health Sussex campus has a 5K run, 1-mile walk that raises money for scholarships for nurses. There are craft shows on Saturday at the Bridgeville Public Library and in Ocean City at St. Peter's Lutheran Church. Tidal Health's Health Fest is at West Seaford Elementary with nearly 20 different screenings. The Humane Animal Partners will provide free cat and dog vaccinations and wellness checks. Cape and Lopin State Park goers can plan for an action-packed Saturday. Search for shorebirds on their flight north. Meet at the Nature Center at 10 a.m. At Fort Miles, delve into the deep-sea mysteries of lost World War II submarine, the USS Albacore. Finally, get a taste of the wine, beer, and cheese in the park. Tickets are $30 at the door. Milford's 4th annual community cleanup is happening in Bicentennial Park from 8 to 10:30 a.m. Meet the Friends of Cape and Lopin State Park at the playground picnic area off Cape and Lopin Drive at 8:45 a.m. Remove trash from around Concord Pond in Seaford from 10 to noon. Hundreds of motorcycles will arrive at Love Creek Elementary around 11 a.m. Sunday for Special Olympics Delaware's Ride to the Tide police-escorted motorcycle ride. Dinosaur World Live is coming to Ocean City Monday night. The cast features large-scale dinosaur puppets that will bring the prehistoric world to life inside the Performing Arts Center. The Rehoboth Beach Jewish Film Festival continues through Sunday. It's presented at the Cinema Art Theater in Lewis. Then catch a green screen film night on April 17th. The Delaware Center for the Inland Bays is partnering with the Bayside Institute to show environmental documentary Salted Earth. Delaware semi-professional wind ensemble, the Delaware Winds, performs this weekend. They're in the midst of a side-by-side initiative inviting local students to join them on stage. See them Saturday at Dover High School at 7 p.m. and on Sunday at Cape and Lopin High School at 3 p.m. The Southern Delaware Orchestra also has a concert Saturday at 7:30 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church. Energetic rhythms and harmonies will fill the Milton Theater with a performance from the University of Delaware Jazz Band Sunday night. This event is co-presented by Dogfish Head. By the way, full disclosure, a member of the board of Coast TV's parent company, Draper Media, is a co-founder of Dogfish Head. For tickets to the events that require them, just head over to CoastTV.com.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, you're always a local at Beach Barrels in North Ocean City. Enjoy great times and great vibes at our unique bar. Try our award-winning Primo Hoagies that are made fresh to order. Cheer on your favorite sports team on our numerous big screens. Our live music scene is out of this world, hosting the area's best local and regional acts. Come in, grab a seat, or enjoy our brand new outside deck featuring beautiful palm trees, comfy seating with a tropical vibe. We're open every day from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. See you at Beach Barrels, 133rd and Coastal Highway.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
All new True Smoke Show.
It's getting hot in here. With Valerie Bertinelli's No Bake Lazy Lasagna.
I make it look easy. It is easy. It's like a hug and a bowl.
Monday at noon on Coast TV. Get live satellite and radar. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
We now know how much it'll cost and how long it will take to fix the Indian River Inlet. The Army Corps of Engineers said today they must be done with all aspects by April of next year. The big chunk of fixing the north bulkhead will start May 6th. People who use the inlet to fish and surf said this area has needed work for 85 years, and it'll be well worth the $5.3 million to fix.
Inlet up there in the beach, it's $1 million, millions of dollars worth of economic value to Delaware. It serves the locals, it serves the people that use Seashore Park, and also people who come in for summer vacations. So it's very important.
We have much more about this project on our website, CoastTV.com. Empty bowls, like the one you'll see on your screen, will be used to fight hunger in Sussex County this month. The Rehoboth Beach Sunrise Rotary Club is sponsoring what's called an Empty Bowls fundraiser. 300 artisan-crafted bowls will be on display at Love Creek Elementary School on Sunday, April 21st, to symbolize bowls left empty by hunger. Attendees will choose a bowl to take home. Tickets start at $30 and are free for kids under 12. All donations collected go towards fighting hunger. More than 500,000 Roku accounts were compromised in a cyber attack where hackers used stolen credentials from other sites to gain access. Roku says it's refunding affected accounts, has reset user passwords, and will contact those impacted. Coming up in sports, the Baltimore Orioles' #1 prospect in the majors, how he fared in tonight's game. And a skin condition you've probably never heard of. We'll show you how a former Washington newswoman is sharing her story about battling this disfiguring condition.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
I'm a public school teacher. I know lots of people said, I can do that. Come and try it for a day.
A lot of our challenges are funding.
Teachers often go in their own pocket to make sure students have backpacks, pencils. David Trone, that's pushed for more public school funding and public school teachers.
And it's so great to have someone at the national level that's going to be on our side.
David Trone's always supported teachers. Now Maryland teachers have overwhelmingly endorsed David.
David would definitely get an A+.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Is the name of your bank changing again? The Farmers Bank of Willards has been a local independent bank for nearly 100 years. When you bank local, your money stays here in our community, where it benefits our local businesses, farms, and families. The Farmers Bank has real people ready to help and world-class features like our free mobile banking app with Lock-It debit card security, a Smart Cents savings program, and free checking with no minimum balance. Stop paying extra fees and switch to the Farmers Bank of Willards, where people matter.
Discover why Gateway Subaru is Delmarva's destination dealership, earning our customers' trust and exceeding expectations. No matter where you live, experience the Gateway difference with our no-pressure sales approach and fair, honest pricing. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Need service fast? Our quick service lane is always ready. No appointment needed. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
The internet's not what it used to be. With MediaCom, you'll be living and working with new technology.
Welcome to the most unreal reality.
MediaCom's supercharged platform will power a new era of business, speed the creation of new technologies, redefine the rules, and revolutionize everyday living. The biggest thing to happen to the internet?
Since the invention of the internet.
It's happening. Get ready. Anything is possible.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
It's a rare systemic skin disorder that results in severe rashes, boils, and cysts. People sometimes mistake it for acne. Now, a longtime Washington newswoman is sharing her own journey to treatment.
It took me 3.5 years with hundreds and hundreds of these lesions and boils that burned and were so painful I can't even describe to you.
Jackie Nadell is a longtime Washington journalist, but she's the one making news by going public about suffering from the rare and painful skin condition hidradenitis suppurativa, or HS.
I was so embarrassed. I had all these scars and boils on my back. When I went to the pool, I'd wear a little t-shirt. I was just humiliated.
The cause of HS is unknown, but this is what it looks like. Painful lumps or boils that most often form in the areas like armpits, breasts, buttocks, and the groin. It affects more women than men, more African American people than people of other races. Jackie suffered for 3.5 years before she finally found relief with dermatologist Dr. Adam Friedman.
This is a chronic condition we can't cure, we can only contain, but it's going to be a combination of local care, antibacterial, antimicrobial washes.
And that's just the HS you can see. The disease is systemic, meaning it's inflicting damage on other organs through inflammation. Dr. Friedman is using biologics to treat that.
50% of people will have an inflammatory arthritis. Many will have high blood pressure, diabetes, mental health disorders, clinical depression.
Jackie is now 1.5 years into remission.
And I feel like I'm a whole new person, and I don't feel self-conscious. And most of the scars have faded, not all.
In sports, the #1 prospect made his home debut at Camden Yards, but the story will have to continue for another day. The Delmarva Sports Network's Kayla Santiago is live at Camden Yards. And Kayla, it's not the home opener that got fans on their feet.
Yeah, it was a dim night here tonight at Camden Yards, just like the lights are dim now after everybody's been able to go home. Jackson Holliday not having the night that he wanted to. 0 for 3 for his home debut. That concluded to 3 strikeouts as well. But for the Baltimore Orioles, it really wasn't anybody's night tonight. They fell to the Milwaukee Brewers 11-1, and it was just a tough go at things with the bats and the pitching and everything in between. 3 different Brewers were able to hit a home run tonight, and on the other side for the Baltimore Orioles, they only had Colton Cowser. He was the biggest light in the night, having the solo shot in the bottom of the 4th. But other than that, for Baltimore, nobody could really get it going from starting pitching to relief and then all the way to hitting as well. And there was even a scrum in this game, so it was a lot of fun, a lot of action for the Baltimore Orioles. And on the other side for Milwaukee Brewers, the dugouts, the bullpen, everything cleared out, but everything was okay. The umpires were able to make it underhand. Baltimore will try to bounce back tomorrow night as they will take on the Brewers once again at 4:05 p.m. Now for Baltimore, we know they can play in comeback fashion. A few nights ago against the Red Sox, they went to 10 innings, able to score 6 runs in the top of the 10th to come out victorious. Baltimore looking to have that comeback fashion tomorrow night right here at Camden Yards. This has been such a fun night seeing what Jackson Holliday can be able to do, from covering him on the Delmarva Shorebirds to now at Camden Yards. Live in Baltimore, Maryland for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Kayla Santiago. We'll be right back after the break.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew's a good crew. Really fine people are professional and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Johnny Janosic has had some pretty big sales over the years, but this one is off the charts. Now through Monday, get Delaware's guaranteed lowest prices, then take an additional 10% off that, plus 0% APR for 12 months with no money down. Get this 5-piece dining set now only $1199.95, or this power reclining sofa only $1799.95. These savings are off the charts, but it's the final days. It all ends Monday at Johnny Janosic.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Looking for fitness that fits your budget? Join Planet Fitness. Now through April 12th. Save big when you join the judgment-free zone for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right. We've dropped our enrollment fee to just $1. So it's easy to start getting that big fitness energy. Never intimidated. Always free fitness training, equipment for every workout. And most clubs open 24 hours so you can get in, get energized, and get going. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends Friday, April 12th.
Monday at 4 on Coast Life. Join us as we explore the enriching effects of year-round free arts programs in our area. Plus, we'll preview an important mystery and biography book sale for a local library. Coast Life, Monday at 4 on Coast TV.
This week on Wheel, things get wild.
A little wave.
My body doesn't move that way.
Monday at 7 on Coast TV.
Our umbrella winner, Mark Noto of Pocomoke City, congratulations. Our UV index going to be at a level 7. By the way, sponsored by Ocean City, will drop down to 3 by next Wednesday. As we take a look at our Ocean City live point of view at Hershey's exterior, we're at 60 degrees right now. We're going to drop down to 56 by 3 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. We still have some flood statements active until midnight, but be sure you call our number at 443-880-9100. So your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mandela's, Bruckstedt, and Federico. Here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. Really breezy on Saturday.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download the Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have a great weekend.